Free egg, not a scam. Mark as read. Hang on. Egg.exe. It's not clickable. It's not clickable. It's daemon tools. Okay, start me up. Take me back to normal. Honestly, run me with the intern again. We've been mixing it up a little bit. Let's get back down to brass tacks. Someone said holy is OP. As a result, I am... well, you know what? We always combine first. I'm going to hard force a holy build. I'm going to level with you as well. I know we have not played a single tower yet. What if we went... I didn't mean to play that, bro. I was going to go psychotic mode, and I was going to combine all of my cards. You know what? I think I'm going to do it again. I think I figured out how I want to start every run. And I want to start it like a crazy person, combining all 4 cards to get 1 blue, and then forcing my synergy into that path no matter what. Okay, we chose not to match, so we'd get something that was more likely to be a tower. What if it's not a tower? Well, then you just take a lot of damage in phase 1. Maybe you lose instantly. Yo, what about Golden Fist, though? Okay, we'll play a Fallen Crusaders. Pulsing holy damage around this unit. Great start. Okay. It's the worst Garrison. I mean, it being unable to kill, like, 1 basic enemy before it got too close to the base is kind of blowing me away. That's okay. Dark Mark. I think we certainly like a Dark Mark. But let's get another blue going out here. Judgment does Unholy. You know what? Give me an early perp, and then we'll define our whole run by that perp. A lightning tower that does holy damage, and you all laughed at me. Favorite person named Mark? Twain? I had to think for a while. Hamill? Listen, I got nothing against Mark Hamill. Sorry to Fallen Crusaders. I'm going with this green, though, instead. And then give me a cheap blue. Oh, another blue Divine Light. Well. Well, what's the but? The but is that, like, when it comes to Mark Hamill, if you said you got to take him or leave him, I would take him. But it wouldn't be, like, by much. I got nothing for him. I got even less against him. Basic tower that does holy damage. His VA work goes crazy. Are we talking about voiceover or veteran affairs? Holy. No, hang on. You go down there. You go up here. Virginia. His Virginia work? Meet Virginia? I think that's train. Let me hand it to you. 100% of the drops of Jupiter you meet are a snake. I'm going crazy mode. Frankie fast hands in a thin deck. Tower attack speed by 20% up persistently. We don't even see enemies anymore. She doesn't own a dress. Her hair is always a mess. What is... She wears high heels when she exercises. She is beautiful. I fucking hate Train. I'm sorry. I know we've been through this before. Some of the worst lyrics I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, how do you end up writing this in a song? Breaking the fourth wall in a song like Meet Virginia? She smokes a pack a day. Wait, that's me, but anyway. I know exercising in high heels just doesn't make sense. Like, is she wearing high heels all the time? So that, like, when she exercises, she just happens to have them on? Or is she putting on high heels to go on the treadmill? Because, like, just being honest, you probably don't need me to say this, but that's just stupid. Like, this is just a person that, like, needs someone else's help to get through life. Increases holy damage by 20%. Don't mind if I do. But can you imagine no love, pride, deep fried chicken? Your best friend's always sticking up for you. Even when he goes so soulful. Even when I know you're wrong. How was your Le Burger week? Okay, I need your help on this one. There's one. That's insanity! I'm a genius! Obviously, I want this. That might be the best card in the game right now. It's crazy. I need your help. Because I've gotten to the point where, like, I'm looking for stuff to do with my kid on the weekend, right? So, I Google, like, every Friday, I Google things to do in Vancouver this weekend. I think it was last weekend. That's unholy. I do holy damage. You're absolutely right. Son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. Lightning's holy now? Not if you get struck by it, brother. You're going to see the devil. Anyway, so I Google things to do in Vancouver this weekend. And maybe last week or the week before, it was like, go to your favorite burger joint for Vancouver's Le Burger Week. And I was just, it was just one of those things where I was a little bit confused. Because I was like, it's not like a French-Canadian city. And Vancouver's not even really like much of a burger city. But I was reading all this stuff about Le Burger Week. So I'm glad you asked me. I did not have a burger last week. I did not go to my favorite haunt for Le Burger Week. But did you enjoy any burgers from Le Burger Week? If you did, more power to you. I just don't know why it's called Le Burger Week. Oh, I didn't mean to play it. I need to normalize pressing right click. And this is pretty good, but what if we could get better? No, not this. Okay, I've learned from my mistakes. We can't even play that. Oh, but then I took it out of the fucking thing. It's because it started in Montreal. Well, Kentucky Fried Chicken started in Kentucky, but in Montreal they still call it Poulet Frite de Kentucky. So make it make sense, Quebec. What's up with the double standard? KFC actually started in Indiana? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Is it like a Boston pizza thing where they called it Kentucky Fried Chicken because it sounds like more authentic? No, it's actually from Kentucky. You've been lied to. Forget asking for sources. I'm about to start believing people. Okay, these are important moments for us as a society. Range is decent, but we can do better. Tower projectiles pierce. I don't know if this impacts our current towers. Let me see. It doesn't. In that case, this card will also be fodder in the future. This is extremely playable. You may as well play that. Colonel Sanders was born in Indiana. The plot thickens. This is like your first big DPS check. And we are passing barely. I think I support playing both of these cards. Probably won't help us too much immediately, but in aggregate, sure. What is Boston Pizza? It's a chain sports bar started by a man in British Columbia called Boston Pizza because apparently, if you're Canadian, you're just so, you get your eyes light up as soon as somebody thinks that a restaurant's American. Holy cow. Me, when I'm at the Cataraqui Town Center and I got a choice between New York fries, Manchu Wok, Via Tavera Pizza, Jimmy the Greek, Boston Pizza. It's just a carnival of international foods in there, all made in the microwave. They have a Thai Express now. I forgot about Thai Express. I will say I went to Taco Time once at the Pacific Center food court. And I was actually like I wouldn't say there's good Mexican food, but for a mall, I was like, it could be a lot worse. I'm going crazy mode. I'm gonna try to create a good purple tower. I would say extra choice is still pretty good. We'll play that next time probably. Why don't we try to create but no, because purple Frankie is like, is very playable. And now I've taken this out. Well, when are we gonna upgrade her? Probably next turn. Okay, you gotta play Frankie, that's a given. Then we play extra choice, so we simmer on this bad boy, unfortunately. Why don't any Canadian chains make it to the rest of the world? Are they that bad? I would say yes and no. I mean, like, it's not surprising to me that Swiss Chalet hasn't exactly made it to international expansion. I'm trying to think of some Canadian chains that have gone loco mode. I like this enough, but I'm going perped up on this. We need the purple Sin Spotter. Sorry, Frankie, I thought about making you gold, but I Fallen Flame said, I think you play too greedy, and I took that personally. A&W? I don't know the exact history of A&W, but I believe A&W, I feel like it started in America, expanded to Canada, and then they split the operations. Because Canadian A&W, as we've talked about myriad times, Canadian A&W is really good. We need to get Puncture out of our deck. Sorry to Frankie for this one. That gave us a purple Divine Light, which actually seems kind of amazing. I would love to send that out there for a gold Divine Light. I think we got a little lucky. Wish I could use Punish too, but... Best Buy? I feel like Best Buy was started in Minnesota. Pita Pit! Yeah, I forgot! Pita Pit might have made it to other parts of the world, right? It did. Pita Pit is like it's not just a better Subway. Pita Pit is like a much better Subway. Our Pita Pit closed down? What the hell? Booster Juice? Booster Juice Canadian? I always forget whether it's Booster or Jamba or Jugo. I'm very pro Pita Pit for sure. It's like my parents' favorite restaurant. I guess. Tim Hortons is definitely horrible though. The Keg? Is the Keg in the United States too? I've only been to the Keg a couple of times. I've always enjoyed it. The smarmy Vancouverite in me wants to be like, I would never go to a chain steakhouse, but anytime like a family member has been like, I'd like a steak, can we go to the Keg? And I've gone there, I've been like, this place is actually pretty good. Rare chain restaurant dub. I mean, fast food is one thing because you're like, you know, whatever. Like when I go to Wendy's, it's not like I'm like expecting the Wendy's to be good. I'm like expecting the Wendy's to taste like Wendy's. But if you pay like, you know, steakhouse prices, you're kind of looking for something a little appetizing. What's the most international chain? I don't have an answer for you, but one of the things that's really funny is going to another country and seeing what chain restaurants from North America like made it there. Like when I lived in South Korea, they had I do holy damage. I do holy damage. They had a Bennigan's and an Outback Steakhouse that people went crazy for. We need structures. And then, like, anytime I go to Japan, I'm always like, what? I honestly thought that Shakey's Pizza was something that was made up by South Park. You don't see them everywhere, but you see them, like, often enough to be like, really? Shakey's Pizza? TGI Fridays? The only place I've ever eaten at a TGI Fridays was in Osaka. I mean, I've talked a lot of smack about Outback Steakhouse. I feel like I gotta reel it in. I've only eaten at 2 Outback Steakhouses in my life. One was the Orlando airport and one was in Daegu, South Korea. So I don't know, maybe in Sydney, like, it hits different, but it may actually be my least favorite restaurant in the world based on the very limited experience I've had with it so far. Did the one in Daegu have a bloomin' onion? Yeah, but we didn't get it because it was just like 3 of us, and we were like, that's just too many calories for 3 people to eat here. But then, like, I think I had a hamburger or something. Like, I don't know if I'm getting the right thing at Outback Steakhouse to actually judge Outback Steakhouse. I had a hamburger the first time, and then 13 years later, I had a Caesar salad. So maybe I should keep Outback's name out of my freaking mouth. I haven't even had the Australian steak. I haven't had the shrimp on the Barbie burger yet. I don't even know what they sell, honestly. I had a bloomin' onion at the airport one, but I'm not saying that the airport, or I'm not saying all Outback Steakhouses are as bad as the one at the Orlando airport, but the bloomin' onion at the Orlando airport sucked ass. This will help us get another purple. Okay, great start. You know what? We should look at this, instead of looking this as 4 rocks, we should look at this as 2 blues. And you know what? It's going to be a blue divine light. I'm not hating on that. Why is the food at the Vancouver airport so ass? I mean, I'm not going to defend the Vancouver airport, but it depends on the section that you're in, okay? I think the Vancouver airport, I think it's really good by Canadian airport standards. You know, people aren't going there to eat, they're going there to fly. That being said, anytime I go to the Vancouver airport, which is often, is like every time I fly, I'm like, why the fuck are the good food options before security? If I were designing an airport, and maybe there's a difference of opinion here, I feel like I would like to have the best food options past security, because of the fact that when you arrive to the airport, you're kind of in a rush. You want to get through security, get your bags checked, and then find your gate, and then be like, okay, I have 2.5 hours to kill. Let me get something to eat. So I always get annoyed when, like, before going through security, there's a Sally Lemon, there's like a salmon and bannock. Like, these are Vancouver staples to some extent, at least. And then, like, once you get past security, it's literally just like Tim Hortons, an instant pho place, and then Canucks Bar and Grill, like, which is not good. It's probably the best amongst them. But hey, Mad Dog Nation, by the way, thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Appreciate it. A little bit of this and a little bit of this. I always want to eat after going through security. It's not even, I've never missed a flight. I always get to the airport too early, which is not virtuous. I end up wasting a lot of time. I don't want to purchase a card. I want to purchase builder. Oh, just clicked too fast. Extra structure slot for sure. But like even still, like I would never budget my time to be like, oh, I'm gonna give myself enough time to get a burrito before I go through security. Because like, what if absolutely everything goes wrong? That might be the thing that makes you late. So me personally, I feel like I would put the restaurants post-security. The only time I like when there's restaurants pre-security is if I'm like accompanying someone to the airport. And then I'm like, I can't believe I'm driving their ass to the airport. And then after I park, I'm like, oh, burrito. I haven't seen an enemy in like 15 minutes, by the way. But so I think that's a good sign. No enemies have appeared in forever. I guess I saw someone in chat say it sucks if you work there because then you have to go through security every day. I guess that makes sense. If you just... Now it makes me feel a little bit differently about the people that I see working the Church's Chicken past the U.S. security terminal in the Vancouver International Airport. No wonder they look grumpy every day. Your ass is working at the airport, Church's Chicken, and you got to go through TSA just like me? I mean, my ass is grumpy there and I'm going on vacation. you're there earning a living. Like that, I should have some more sympathy. Yeah? Yeah, okay. I think we should make this build worse so we can actually like see some opponents at some point. Pretty good. Can you zoom out further? I can, but it's resisted me. It's resisted me. Or just zoom out. Here you go. There you go. Is this better? POV, you are my ophthalmologist. And you just showed me the picture of the farmhouse at the end of the long driveway. And you're telling me not to blink when you know there's a 100% chance my ass is gonna blink. You knew as soon as I walked in, you're like, this motherfucker's a blinker. It's always a hot air balloon for me. So upsetting. You could walk, you could be like 6'4", 210 pounds, 4% body fat. As soon as they put that hot air balloon up there, and the tech is like, I asked you not to blink. And you're like, I know. Sorry. I'm so sorry. And I miss you. Give me the attack speed here. We're not making the best use of our structures already. These are just good, man. I'm not getting rid of a punish or a Frankie fast hands. What are you supposed to do when your dentist tells you to close your mouth on the suction hose? You always have to close it, but I try to, the trick is to close it past the aperture so that the part that actually sucks isn't clogged and it can actually get the saliva out of the back of your mouth. If you close your lips around it and make like a perfect seal, then, especially because like, you never realize how much you swallow until you go to the dentist, right? I think builder might be the way, man. We seem to have enough range. Like, I never thought that I was like a big time like spit swallower until like all of a sudden your dentist is like, you're begging for the suction, you know? You feel like you're like drowning back. You're getting waterboarded by Donald Rumsfeld himself. And then the worst part of it all. Hang on, this is an important one. That's very nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Keep it up. When he finally says, okay, bite down, and then you bite down, but your tongue gets stuck on the suction, so it doesn't actually suck any spit out, and then you only get like a half a second before he's like getting back in there with like, and you're like, I'm still drowning. I will take a Frankie's Fast Hands. And then I will convert it into a blue. Okay. We'll take another Divine Light. This is kind of crazy, right? Oh, you know what? Let's turn this into a purple then. Turn it into a good purple, good purple, good purple, good purple. Maybe extra choices, okay. $123 months, Ryab. Witness me. Thank you, Josh. Do you have a Founder's Badge? Did I ever turn on Founder's Badge? You would have to have a Founder's Badge, I'd imagine. And I know you're probably going to say, what the hell is a Founder's Badge? If you're like one of the first 10 subscribers, you're supposed to get a little badge next to your name that says first. It's a damn slap in the face. I have a Founder's Badge for Dan. That's crazy. You're a good friend. They're on! Let's go! I guess you just weren't one of the first 10, Josh. It's got to sting. They should put a badge next to people that are like recently opted not to subscribe. Like, or they opted to unsubscribe. I don't think we want Holy Winds. We want this. That way it's like how whenever you try to like cancel a service, you have to hop on a phone call with somebody. I'm playing my good perps. You can't just be like, oh, I don't want this anymore. You have to, hey, this is Samantha. I'm the vice president of annoying you at Netflix. I would just like to know, is there a reason you're canceling our service? And you got to be like, oh, I just don't feel... You can't say the truth, which is like you haven't made a good show in like 8 years. Hey, how did you discover our service? Hey, did you find it? Sorry. I get it. You got to do what you got to do, okay? I will say one thing, though. And apologies for getting on a soapbox. And I recognize if you work in marketing for like a nonprofit, this probably makes your job harder, and it sucks to hear. My ass is not doing any surveys unless I'm getting paid minimum $10 gift card. I'm sorry, that's the price. I'm certainly not doing it for free, and I'm probably not doing it for $5. If you say there's I understand if we paid everybody a $10 gift card, then our company would go out of business. Then maybe you should think about that before you send out an email blast that's like, how can we make our business better? That's your job. My ass, listen, I had a great experience, genuinely a great experience with my, when we had a flat tire. I called my insurance company. They said, we'll send someone out there in an hour and a half. The person arrived in like 15 minutes, changed my tire, easy. I made sure to give that person some sauce on email. I was like, thank you, Jennifer. You like did it, you saved us today. But then I got an email that was like, help us make our business better. And it was like a 19 question survey. And I said, no, give me my next month free. Sorry. I'll fill this in. You can interview me. You can take 10 minutes of my time if you give me the next month of insurance for free. Popeyes sometimes gives out surveys that you get a free 2-piece chicken for doing. You doing that survey? I do that survey any day of the week. I might do that survey even though there's no Popeyes nearby. I don't even like Popeyes the one time I had it, but I would still do it and probably let the coupon expire on my fridge or something like that. I want you and you. Why don't we just make like a big perp? Don't play the shit by accident this time. Divine Light Tower. Oh, he's crazy. What about a free bag of chips with a Subway purchase? Listen, $10 gift card or free bag of chips. That's my price. If I'm at the Subway and they're like, if you answer this 3-question survey, we'll upgrade you to a combo for free. Yeah, I would do it. You play those. 40 questions, no shot. Listen, at least they're not phoning. Anybody else out here getting phoned 3 times a week by the fucking David Suzuki Foundation? I get that it's a charity, don't get me wrong. But the audacity of an organization you've never interacted with to harvest your phone number from like probably the old Navy customer database where you put your phone number in because they wouldn't let you buy a $9 pair of jeans without it. I've never interacted with the David Suzuki Foundation in my entire life. They have the audacity to cold call you and say, could you please give us some money? I don't know you. Our first interaction that we're ever gonna have is you asking me for money on the phone? On the phone? As a millennial? It's insanity. What's a cold call? Cold call is like when you don't have any rapport with the person. So your ass is just calling them up like prospectively and going like, hey, are you interested in this thing? It implies the existence of a warm call. Yeah, a warm call is like, you know, when you bought a car from Dave's car dealership and 7 years later he goes, hey, you finally made your last payment. Are you interested in purchasing another car? Notice, sometimes a warm call is annoying as fuck too. Well, we got a legendary, but you know what, we can take, you obviously take the legendary. And you obviously take this, and then you get to re-roll your legendaries. You need to go. Wait, this is so goable, because you become a green. Doesn't matter. Your ass becomes a blue. These, I hate to get rid of Builder, but you 2 blues become a purple. And these 2 purples become a golden divine light. Smartest gamer. And now, okay, like I think we have created a pretty trivial situation here. Where are the enemies? I know. It kind of owns, right? It's crazy how blue Builder is better than purple Punish. Whoops. It's the worst, man. Hey, you just finished paying off your car. Are you interested in buying a new car? No, bozo. We're at like the halfway point. We're driving for free now. It's like saying you just paid off your mortgage. Do you want to buy another house? Are you crazy? Now this is what it was all about. What's better, okay? This is an honest question. My parents always told me, I'm not trying to, you know, their frame of reference is what it is. But that doesn't mean that everything that they told me is 100% accurate. You know, things you'll learn over time. I do want to do something with you in the future, but I'd rather re-roll this into another tower and then put it right here. So I'm gonna save on that for now. My parents always told me you're stupid if you lease a car. Because if you lease a car, you don't own anything. And if you buy a car, at the end of your payments, you own a car. Now that makes sense when you're 8, but then also when you get older and you start looking at cars, you're like, holy shit, a lease is so cheap versus a car payment. I'm not that interested in ever, like, you know, re-upping my car like once every 3 years or something like that. I guess it's always nice to be able to drive like a newer car. It doesn't appeal to me all that much, but it seems like there might be some situations where like a lease is relevant. You play 2 purples there. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to have a fully paid off car. They're probably like balanced, right? Now that I think about it. Oh, reach the final circle using only holy damage. I'm a genius. Are you hearing this? Final circle. I don't want these, because you cost me money I could use for permanent unlocks. Sounds like 2 skeletons doing it. You know, I want to be mad, but I'm not. I don't want to play that. We're going to draw that at a better time. I do love the mirrored ain't no way. Anyway, I don't know. This might sound crazy, or maybe I've got it all figured out. Any smart car people in chat? If you're rich and you like cars, it seems like leasing is a no-brainer. You never own a car unless you want to, but you get to drive like a new car and possibly a different car every few years. That sounds sensible. I have no interest in cars. In fact, I would consider getting a car that is different from the car that I already have kind of a punishment at first. Because I would be like, where's the radio button? I'd be trying to switch the radio from like Meghan Trainor station to the classic rock station, and I'd be like, ah, I'm dead. That's me driving over the bollards on the seawall. 90 people are filming me at the same time on TikTok Live. Look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. We have to. I drive into the ocean. Everybody's filming me. Nobody's helping me. Help me, help me. All you have to do is open the door. It's keyless entry. Oh, man. It's fucked up that the world is exactly like that. Okay, this is for all the marbles. Please give me a golden tower or frick off forever. A basic tower that does holy damage. Who would have thought? Please combine me. Please play me. And your life is over. I was gonna, like, why am I even trying to make this better? Like, obviously, we're going to win. Haven't seen an enemy in like 45 minutes. I mean, okay, you'll turn into a sick blue. Give me a Frankie. I'm gonna try to convert my purples into another golden legendary, and it's a spicy choice, don't get me wrong. We wanted a divine light. We didn't get a divine light, but we did get a sin spotter. That seems pretty acceptable. TikTok voice. This bald mother fluffer went straight into the river. I mean, I don't want it though. But what if I could reroll? But then what do I even want? I've got to realize purple is what we want. We don't... Yeah, well, whatever. Who cares? We're winning so easily. This shit look like me on the teacup ride at Disney. You whipping around? The teacup ride is a little steering wheel in the center where you can call you can turn it to one side and make yourself spin faster or slower. I leave it up to the other person in the car because I don't mind the spins, but they do make me a little nauseous from time to time. Let's just throw a holy wind in here, man, just to see what it looks like. It's dealer's choice as far as I'm concerned. I'm the guy fighting the stranger's 8-year-old to get them to slow down. Andre the Giant. Whoa, 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 whoa! The hell are we doing here, man? I don't know. We got shit purples. That's not what you want to see. Guys, where are the enemies? Whoa, dude, this is it. This is the one that's supposed to kill you dead. They are getting closer. Not really. Nah, not really. 9,002 sinners punished. $900? That's not even a new record for us? How do you get a higher score? I took no damage, man! How could you get a higher score than perfect? Endless mode. That's what I get for not being an endless Andy. All that for a little bit more than minimum wage? I mean, $900 in 55 minutes, man. This is looking mighty embarrassing for Hidden, whoever that is. Why is Amber Heard cosplaying Goth Mercy punishing sinners? Listen, don't get me started, okay? I can't handle the Elon discourse this week, okay? It's getting too, but it keeps ramping up. Oh! I'm not going to do another one because I don't think we have time. But I will hire some new individuals. Collects rocks. It's a weird hobby. All damage is amplified by the amount of rock cards in play. Cards in the area persist between rounds but have a chance to turn into rocks at the end of it. Sign me up, brother. And then we might as well do this so we don't have to do this next time. Take me to rewards, promotions, and then we'll click 6 times. Let's set all enemies existing HP to 1. Then you play that, put it to 1. Then you play the one that does 200 damage to all enemies and gives you a gold for every enemy you kill that way. Oh! Isn't this the same as Builder? I guess it's an item instead of a card. Let's say it's a one-tapper. Okay, it's a one-tap Andy, I see. When banishing a card, gain its power cost. Interesting. A gunk aura. Slows all enemies that enter. Persists for 60 seconds. Every time a card is banished, gain $5. Okay. Slash marker.